Okay.
Honor students leave the class. అంటే ఆనర్స్ కూడా వచ్చినట్టుగా సార్ కొంతమంది. స్టార్ట్ చేయండి సార్.
Okay, right. Hello, dear students. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, right. Thank you. I'm going to start. So today we are going to start the first unit. I have already forwarded the syllabus. Just have a look at the syllabus. I simply go according to the syllabus given by the university. In that unit 1, the unit 1 starts with the very first item, that is agreement, contract, essentials of valid agreement. So in the coming classes, for about 1 month or so, we are going to study Indian Contract Act. So which is a very important act. All of you know that the moment we wake up from the bed till till the end of the day, we will be entering into many contracts. Therefore, we have to understand all the legal implications of Indian Contract Act. By and large, all the activities or transactions, whatever we are doing in our day-to-day life, they are all forming part of Indian Contract Act. You'll be knowing after my explanation what is the importance of contract agreement, etc. You are going to understand all those things. Now, well before my starting, I would like to tell you a very important point, that you have to be very regular to the class. I have already forwarded the message, the importance of regularity to the class. Why? Because the legal language is very difficult to follow. Even highly educated persons do not will not be able to follow the legal aspects of the language. So it is not an ordinary English, my dear students. So it's not running matter like a business organization management or economics or something like that. It's a totally different language. The all legal terminology will be there. You have to acquaint yourself with the terminology. Then only you will be able to follow and you will be able to appreciate the subject. So once you are accustomed to the legal language, what I am explaining, it would be very easy for you to follow all the lectures. And moreover, it is also useful for you in developing your communication skills. Legal language terminology are the most appropriate words. Once you are going to make use of those words while you are explaining or participating in the debate or competitions, or somewhat wherever you are there participating in a lecture, something like that, if you use those legal terminology, you will be definitely appreciated. So indirectly, this law paper not only will help you to pass in the examination, apart from that, it will also be useful to improve your communication skills. That much I can tell you confidently. That's why from the day one of the class, if you follow regularly my classes, by the end of the session or by the end of the semester, you yourself will get confidence on you with regard to the language skills that you have got developed. So that is primary motto of this my explanation. So I am a highly experienced lecturer, more than 40 years, 42 years experience is there. Your college people have engaged people like us to provide services to all of you. So having put in more than 4 decades service, I am offering services in Indian Stock Management and Commerce. I am fortunate, and indirectly I can say that to some extent you are also fortunate, because nowadays having such a senior lecturers to teach is not possible in all the colleges. So your management or our college management has invited 3 or 4 teachers like us to very senior teachers to take certain topics or subjects in order to help the students to come to the very high level. So such the one of the papers in your second semester is business law paper. In fact, this paper will throw light on many aspects. So you are going to appreciate now. So in the coming classes, you will be learning a lot of safer knowledge. You are going to get it. That is world knowledge. So if you want to be successful in the world, not only bookish knowledge, you have to have safer practical knowledge. Our business law speaks about the practical knowledge. And unfortunately, they have included this paper in the BCom first year, second semester. You are all kids actually, just you have completed 16 years or 17 years. And for people like you, I think I, for one, sincerely believe that it is very difficult to follow at your age. But despite that, because University has included this paper in the BCom first year itself, there is no other go for us. I have to teach and you have to follow. Definitely, with all my safer experience, I will put the subject in a very simple language, and I will try to safer impress upon you, and I'll make you to understand the subject in an easy way. Okay. The only thing is you have to concentrate absolutely. Whenever I am teaching, you have to follow very, very carefully. Then you will be able to understand my subject. If you do not show interest, it is very, very difficult to follow. Please understand it. Very, very difficult. Suppose today you are missing the class. Tomorrow, if I start explaining, you will not be able to follow what I am explaining you. And all the difficult words will be there, difficult terminology will be there, cases will be there, sections will be there. Every day I cannot tell you what is a case and all those things. At an appropriate time, I will be telling what is a case, who will fight, who is a petitioner, how the judgment will come. Many things we are going to discuss like that. So my sincere request to all my students, especially computer A, B, C, first year students, please attend very, very regularly. Those who are absent today, for them also, as a friends, you please inform them to be very regular, and so that you will be able to follow. Even if for me, I can confidently say you that even if you miss one class, some sort of difficulty you will be finding in following my subject. Not the subject is like that. I am helpless because the law paper, legal terminology, etc. will be there. Okay, with that introduction, we are going to start the subject, the first unit. In the unit one, actually, the point is agreement and contract. So the unit one starts already. I have forwarded the syllabus. Just have a look at the syllabus. And today I have forwarded the synopsis, that is the points to you, which I am going to explain now. Have them in your hand. And if you just go through those points, what I am explaining, you will be able to follow very clearly. So without having that information, don't observe my lecture, and just whatever I have forwarded to you, that information, just have a look at that information. Okay. The very first unit, the very first sentence starts with an agreement. So many people, they will have a lot of confusion with regard to agreement and contract. So many people, they will not be knowing what is agreement and what is contract, and knowingly or unknowingly, they will be using the word agreement for a contract and a contract for agreement. Now, as business law students, you have to have clarity about what is agreement, what is contract. First, to try to understand. In a very simple language, I will try to explain what is agreement, what is contract. So, the agreement, I have see the information. An offer, when accepted, becomes a promise, and a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other becomes an agreement. See the language, how the language is there. So with the very first sentence itself, you will be knowing the difficulty of the subject. So the simple word is agreement. What is the word they have used? You see what the sentence, how the sentence is being constructed. Agreement, an offer when accepted becomes a promise, and a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other becomes an agreement. See how much difficult it is actually. So I am asking you, very much information is there for you. I am asking you what is agreement. By reading the sentence, will you be able to explain what is agreement? You cannot. I am telling you, 100%. I can say that unless you are some ICW or CS student, sometime back you might have studied. Some of you other students, by looking at this sentence, if I ask you what is agreement, very difficult to project. An offer, when accepted, becomes a promise, and a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other becomes an agreement. This is the meaning of agreement. Now, after my explanation, you'll be able to follow the sentence. You just say, an offer when accepted. What is this offer actually? When somebody comes forward to do a particular thing and makes other person to that he's ready to do a particular thing, in order to get the willingness of the such other person, we have to say that he is making an offer. Simple example. Suppose you went to a furniture shop. Follow carefully. You have entered into a furniture shop, and in that furniture shop you are happy with a particular furniture, and you have asked the furniture shop owner, sir, I am interested in purchasing this furniture for 40,000 rupees. You are very much interested to purchase some sofa set or something like that. You have given an offer to him. Sir, what is the offer you are giving? Sir, I am ready to purchase this sofa set for 40,000 rupees. Okay. So now the shopkeeper says that, yes, sir, I am ready to sell. You have given an offer to purchase. You have given an offer to purchase a sofa set in the furniture shop for 40,000 rupees, and the shopkeeper has accepted. Got the point? It may be vice versa. Suppose you have entered into the shop and you are very happy with a particular type of furniture. You have asked the shopkeeper. Then the shopkeeper said, sir, I am ready to sell this furniture for 40,000 rupees. He gives an offer. So in the first example, you have given an offer. In the second example, the shopkeeper has given an offer. So in the first example, what you have given an offer, you said, sir, I am ready to purchase the furniture for 40,000. I am ready to purchase the sofa set for 40,000. You have given an offer. In the second example, the shopkeeper has given an offer. Sir, I am ready to purchase this sofa set. I am ready to sell this sofa set for 40,000 rupees. In the first example, you are making an offer. In the second example, shopkeeper is making an offer. Okay? So first step is making an offer. But you see the sentence, an offer when accepted becomes a promise. You try to understand. Suppose in the first example, you said, sir, I am ready to purchase the sofa set for 40,000 rupees. You have given an offer. Shopkeeper has accepted. So now, once he accepts, it becomes a promise. Try to understand. What is the sentence here? An offer when accepted becomes a promise. When accepted becomes a promise. So you have given an offer to purchase a sofa set for 40,000 rupees. The shopkeeper has accepted. Then it becomes a promise. Second example, the shopkeeper has given an offer to you to sell the sofa set for 40,000 rupees. You have accepted. Then it becomes a promise. You try to understand. So an offer, when somebody will say something, yes, sir, I am ready to purchase this furniture for 40,000. I am ready to purchase sofa set for 40,000 or 25,000. So that is called offer. So offer can be given by you or the shopkeeper also. Yeah, suppose I am the shopkeeper. I am giving an offer to you. Arey Baba, I am ready to sell this sofa set for 40,000 rupees. Then in this example, I am giving an offer. If you accept, it will become a promise. In the first example, you have given an offer. Sir, I am ready to purchase this sofa set for 40,000. You are giving an offer. If I accept, it will become a promise. So an offer, when accepted, becomes a promise. And a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other becomes an agreement. So a promise or set of promises, it may be more than one promise. So forming consideration for each other. Now here you have to understand the word consideration. Consideration means actually the benefit. So when two parties are entering into an agreement, there shall be benefit for both the parties. So in the given example, so you are getting the furniture is the benefit for you, consideration for you, and you are paying 40,000 rupees in the consideration for the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper consideration is getting 40,000 rupees. Your consideration is getting sofa set. So you are making a promise, say for you have given an offer to purchase the sofa set, shopkeeper has accepted. So shopkeeper is making a promise. Try to understand. Now you are making an offer. So shopkeeper has accepted to sell it. And getting 40,000 rupees is the consideration for the shopkeeper, and getting the sofa set is the consideration for you. This is called agreement. Try to understand. You have agreed to purchase the sofa set, and shopkeeper has agreed to sell the sofa set, and your benefit is getting the sofa set, and shopkeeper benefit is getting 40,000 rupees. So this particular thing is called agreement. Now keeping all this example summary, you try to follow here, you will be able to understand what is an agreement now. An offer, when accepted, becomes a promise. And a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other becomes an agreement. Forming consideration, try to understand. If there is consideration is benefit, so there shall be benefit for both the parties. Then only it becomes an agreement. Try to understand. Forming consideration. Suppose I say to you that I am ready to give this a golden ring. You are getting golden ring, but what is the benefit I am getting? I am not getting any benefit. So there is no agreement. Try to understand. An agreement means what? There shall be a set of promises to do, and the party should get the benefit. Suppose I say that I am ready to sell the golden ring for 40,000 rupees. You have accepted to give 40,000 rupees. You are making a promise to pay 40,000. I am making a promise to sell the golden ring. So I am making a promise to you. You are making a promise to me. So this promise is consisting of consideration. Means what is the benefit for you? Getting the golden ring, 40,000. And what is the benefit for me? 40,000 rupees getting. And what is the benefit for you? Golden ring. Getting golden ring is the benefit for you. Here I am getting the benefit. You are getting the benefit. Both of us agreed to give some consideration to you and to take some consideration. This is called agreement. You try to understand. Again, you try to understand. An offer, when accepted, becomes a promise, and a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other becomes an agreement. So very, very important point, because the Indian Contract Act starts with agreement. So this is the point what you have to understand. When an offer, when accepted, becomes a promise, and a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other. So each other, I said I am ready to purchase the furniture, and you have agreed to sell it for 40,000. 40,000 is getting the benefit for you. Getting sofa set is the benefit for me. My promise is to purchase the furniture. Your promise is to sell the furniture. Here you are making a promise to me, and I am making a promise to you. Both of us are getting some benefit in the form of money or in the form of furniture. Therefore, this type of thing is called agreement. Again, you see, an offer, when accepted, becomes a promise, and a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other becomes an agreement. First point is agreement. Then you see, again, the definition also have given under section 2, subsection E. So U by S means under section 2, in the bracket subsection, under section 2, subsection E of Indian Contract Act 1872. So the Indian Contract Act was formulated in the year 1872, when British people were ruling India. In order to control the contracts in India, they have formulated Indian Contract Act. So the Indian Contract Act, even today what we are following, was the Contract Act given to us in the year 1872 by the British government. Even today we are following that Indian Contract Act. So here Indian Contract Act 1872, what it has given under section 2E of the Indian Contract Act, what is the definition they have given? Agreement definition. Agreement means every promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other is called agreement. That is the definition. Just whatever point I have explained, that is the point definition also it is there. Every promise or set of promises forming the consideration. So consideration is benefit. So promise should be there, benefit should be there. So I am making a promise to purchase the furniture, you are making a promise to sell the furniture. There shall be benefit. I am getting the benefit of furniture, you are getting the benefit of money, 40,000 rupees. So now there is an agreement. This is called agreement. Again, you see, every promise or set of promises forming the consideration of each other is called agreement. So this is the story of an agreement. Now you come to the contract. Under section, say for 2 subsection H. Under section 2 subsection H, very if you are a business law student, throughout your life you have to remember the definition of a contract. Definition of the contract, very important definition, and a very simple definition. Very simple definition. What the definition is saying? Section 2 subsection H of Indian Contract Act is saying that an agreement enforceable by law. That's all. Very simple. With one sentence, the definition is given. What is the definition of contract? An agreement enforceable by law is a contract. People will have many agreements. but any agreement which is enforceable by law only is called contract. What is the meaning of it? You try to understand. In the people will be having many types of agreements, many agreements. Some of the agreements will not become contracts. Some agreements will become a contract. So therefore, when you are using the word agreement or a contract, you should be very careful. The Indian Contract Act has given various rules and regulations. So an agreement which is satisfying some 10 or 11 points are there which we are going to study. If all those points are satisfied by the agreement, then only that agreement will become a contract. Otherwise, that agreement will not become a contract. And unless it is become a contract, what is the definition of the contract? An agreement enforceable by law. So if an agreement is enforceable by law, then only it is a contract. Otherwise, it is not a contract. Agreement will remain as an agreement. What is this enforceability? You try to understand the meaning. I am explaining through examples. You try to follow very carefully. If you understand the examples, what I am going to give, 2 examples I am going to give you, then you will be knowing the difference between agreement and contract. Okay? Now, first point, you try to understand. I said I would supply raw material to you for 10 lakh rupees before 30th of April. What is the agreement? I said I would supply 10 lakh rupees worth raw material before 30th April. You have accepted to pay 10 lakh rupees. So, agreement is there between you and me. What is the agreement? According to the agreement, I have to supply the material, raw material to you before 30th April and you have to pay 10 lakh rupees. Agreement is there. Now, if I do not supply the material, you have given advance also. You have given 3 lakh rupees advance, but I did not supply the raw material before 30th. Though agreement is there to supply raw material before 30th of this month, though you have paid advance to me, I have not supplied the raw material to you before 30th of this month. Then what you have to do? I am not following the terms of the contract. What you will do? You will go to court of law. You can go to court of law. You can put a case on me. Sir, you can show the document agreement to the judge through a lawyer. Sir, there is an agreement between myself and Amaresh Rao, sir. So according to agreement, I have to pay 10 lakh rupees. Already I have paid 3 lakh rupees advance. Sir has agreed to supply raw material before 30th of this month, but he has not supplied, sir. Even though 30th date is over, he has not supplied. Then if you show the agreement, then judgment will be given in your favor. Immediately, court will order me, that sir, you have agreed to supply raw material, come on, you supply. Court will order me. If I do not supply, court will take action on me, court will put me in jail. Court will put a penalty on me. Whatever court says, we have to follow. Otherwise, it is a big crime. That is called contempt. You try to understand the legal word, contempt of court. If the court gives an order, we have to follow. Otherwise, you have to make an appeal to the higher court. Suppose district court has given a judgment, you have to follow. If you don't follow, make an appeal to high court. If you, without going to high court, if you do not follow the district court judgment, you will be put in jail. Contempt of court. That is not for not following the orders of the court. A punishment will be given by the court. So that is the meaning of the court order. So any person in India, if a court gives an order to any person, that person has to necessarily follow the court order. If at all he doesn't want to follow the court order, what he can do? He can make an appeal to the higher court. Suppose the district court has given a judgment. The judgment has not come in our favor. What you have to do? You have to make an appeal to the high court. Suppose you have not made an appeal to the high court, but you are not following the court order, district court order. Immediately, the other party can put a case, a contempt of court. Means what? For not following the court order, punishment will be given to you. Leave about the original order. Because you have not followed court order, that is called contempt of court. Very important legal term, contempt of court. For a contempt of court, for not following the orders of the court, immediately you will be arrested. So, any person in India, basically, what is the point they have to understand? If the court gives an order, you have to follow. If you are not interested to follow, make an appeal. Without appealing, if you keep quiet, and if you without following the court order, you will be put in jail for not following the court orders. This is the story of contempt of court. Come back to the point. Again, just now, what is the example I have given? according to the agreement, before 30th, I have to supply the raw material and you have to make a payment of 10 lakh rupees. You have paid advance, but I did not supply. Okay, then you will go to court of law. So you will show the agreement, sir. According to agreement, Amareswara sir has to supply raw material by 30th. 30th date has gone, but sir is not supplying. Ask him to supply. Then immediately court will give me an order. Come on, with that, sir. Though there is an agreement between you and Mr. X, you are not supplied. Come on, supply. Otherwise, we will take action on you. I have to supply. If I don't supply for not following the court order, I will be put in jail. That is the meaning of the court. Try to understand. Courts are there to protect you. So this going to court and getting an order from the court in your favor is called enforceable. An agreement, what is the definition we are studying? Contract definition under section 2, subsection H of the Indian Contract Act. Contract means an agreement enforceable by law. First example. Second example, you come to second example. What is the second example actually? For example, I said I would supply some smuggled goods. So I said, अरे बाबा मेरे पास जो है smuggled goods है, smuggling goods बहुत cheap rate में आता. If you pay 10 lakh rupees, I will supply some smuggled goods, illegally imported goods from other countries. Illegally, not legally. They are called smuggled goods, which you are not supposed to do. But I have agreed. Agreement is there. What is the agreement between you and me? You have agreed to pay 10 lakh rupees. I have agreed to supply smuggled goods by the end of this month. The end of this month has gone, but I did not supply. Then if you go to court of law, sir, Amareswara sir agreement करे, मेरे से क्या agreement है? He said he would supply smuggled goods. 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees smuggled goods, but he has not supplied. What the court will do? For agreeing to purchase the smuggled goods, for agreeing to sell the smuggled goods, first will be put in jail. Because that agreement is not enforceable. Because for selling and purchasing smuggled goods is against the laws of the country. It is anti-national activity. How you can enter into agreement to sell smuggled goods and to purchase smuggled goods? Agreement is there. Between you and me, agreement is there. What is the agreement? I have agreed to supply say for smuggled goods, you have agreed to purchase smuggled goods. Agreement is there. If I do not follow that agreement, you cannot enforce in the court of law. Even if you go to court of law, court says, sorry sir, we can't help you, but we will take action on you because you have agreed to purchase smuggled goods. You don't get any benefit from the court of law. So, in the first example, agreement is there to supply raw material and to pay 10 lakh rupees. In the second example, also agreement is there is to supply smuggled goods and to pay 10 lakh rupees. Whereas in the first agreement, if I do not supply the raw material before 30th of this month, you can go to court of law. You can take action on me. That is called enforceability. And in the second example, if I do not supply smuggled goods, you cannot go to court of law. If you go to court of law, police people will arrest you. So, the first example, the first agreement is enforceable by law. The first agreement is called contract. The second agreement is not enforceable. So, the second agreement is not called contract. Both are agreements. First example also agreement. Second example also agreement. Whereas in the first example, you can go to court of law for your right and you can win the case. Therefore, that agreement is a contract. In the second example, if I do not supply smuggled goods, you cannot go to court of law. Though there is an agreement, you cannot enforce in the court of law. So that agreement will remain as an agreement only. This is the story of, say, for definition of the contract. Now, come back to the summary. People will have, try to understand, people will have different types of agreement in their day-to-day life. People will have different types of agreements in their day-to-day life. To purchase, to sell, to mortgage, so many in our day-to-day life, many agreements will be there. So, all agreements will not become contracts. Try to understand. All agreements will not become contracts. An agreement has to satisfy many rules and regulations. Generally, that agreement will become a contract. Agreement becomes a contract means what? Enforceability. You can, the parties, if the other party do not follow the terms of the agreement, the affected party can go to court of law. This is called enforceability. Again, recollect those two definitions, two examples. I said I would supply raw material for 10 lakh rupees before 30th April. You have agreed to pay 10 lakh rupees. If I do not supply, according to agreement, you can go to court of law. You can put a case on me. You are 100% guarantee you will win the case. Court will order me to supply the raw material. This is called enforceability. Whereas in the second example, agreement is there. We have both, I have agreed to supply smuggled goods. You have agreed to purchase smuggled goods. But if I do not supply, you cannot go to court of law. You cannot go and knock the doors of the court. Court will laugh at you. And moreover, court will order police people to arrest you. Both of us will be put in jail for agreeing to sell smuggled goods and for agreeing to purchase smuggled goods. Both of us will be immediately arrested and put in jail. So, in the first example, if a other party do not follow the terms of the agreement, the first party, one party can go to court of law and can bring an order in his favor. In the second example, if one party do not follow the terms of the agreement, the other party cannot go to court of law. Cannot go to court of law. For example, the second example, I said I would supply, I have already supplied smuggled goods, you have not paid the money. Otherwise, vice versa, I am telling you. Agreement is there to supply, say for smuggled goods, and you have agreed to supply 10 lakh rupees. I have already supplied smuggled goods, but you have not paid the money. Then I can't go to court of law. If I go to court of law, no sir, I have agreed, I have already supplied 10 lakh rupees worth smuggled goods. This fellow is not paying the money. Ask him to pay the money. Leave about paying the money. First, both of us will be put in jail. For selling and supplying smuggled goods, I will be put in jail. For purchasing smuggled goods, you will be put in jail. Leave about getting 10 lakh rupees. This is the meaning of enforceability. Try to understand. So, what is a contract? People will have different types of agreements in their day-to-day life, different types of agreements. So, an agreement which is enforceable by law, which is having a legal background, on which people can fight in the court of law for their right, that is the meaning of enforceability. That agreement only is called contract. Otherwise, it is not a contract. That is the meaning of this particular point. Okay. Now, here you see, now in this class, already I have explained you what is agreement, what is contract. Again, come back to the agreement. Under section 2, subsection E of the Indian Contract Act. What is the definition of agreement? 1872 Indian Contract Act. Every promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other is called agreement. Every promise or set of, I said I would do something, you said you would do something. You are doing something is the benefit for me, my doing something is the benefit for you. I agreed to purchase the furniture, I agreed to supply the furniture. Getting the furniture is the benefit for you, and getting money is the benefit for you, for me. You are making a promise to purchase the furniture, I am making a promise to supply the furniture. Promises, set of promises for each other. For your promise, I am making a promise. So promise to promise, set of promises. It is called agreement. Right to understand. So when it will become an agreement, if people are making promise to each other for benefit, consideration, for getting some benefit, if they are making promises for each other, then only it is called agreement. First step. Once an agreement is over, and if an agreement is enforceable by law, then that agreement is called contract. What is the enforceability? In case of first example, what I told you, I said I would supply raw material. You have agreed to pay 10 lakh rupees. I did not supply the raw material. You can go to court of law. And you can pray the court, sir, agreement is there. Amareswara sir say, he said he would supply raw material, but he has not supplied. Immediately court will order me to supply. Otherwise, court will take action. So, that agreement between myself and yourself is enforceable by law. Second example. Suppose I agree to supply smuggled goods. I have agreed to purchase smuggled goods for 10 lakh rupees. But though I have taken advance, I did not supply. Then you cannot go to court of law. You cannot. Even if you go to court, you don't win the case. Moreover, police people will take action on me. First agreement is enforceable. Second agreement is not enforceable. So first agreement will become a contract. Second agreement will not become a contract. Why? Because the definition of contract under section 2, subsection H is saying that an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. That's all. So have clarity. No doubt by children, you will have a lot of confusion, and coolly you think over that. Think what is the agreement, what is the contract. Just after my explanation is over, just you go sentence by sentence, and you recollect the examples what I have given. And whatever examples you recollect, I have given, you recollect and synchronize with the material what I have forwarded to you. then you will be able to, you have to make some exercise to understand it. It's not ordinary language. As in the beginning I told you, these sentences, even highly educated people, they can't follow this type of English. It's totally different. It's all legal language. If you want to understand this legal language, you have to have comment on the legal terminology, cases, courts, all these things. If you are having that background, then only you will be able to understand these sentences. Otherwise, how? So you, for example, the first sentence, if you want to understand, you should understand the consideration. You should understand a promise. You should understand a contract. You should understand agreement. If all these meanings are there, then only you'll be able to follow the sentences. Simply, if without knowing the meaning of offer, without knowing the meaning of consideration, without knowing the meaning of agreement, without knowing the meaning of contract, if you read these definitions, etc., how will you be able to follow? That's why, my dear children, please understand that this language is what is very difficult. Follow very, very carefully. So this is somebody is safer. Now the point is, my request to all of you is every day from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. evening time, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. I am available to clarify your doubts. And please have my number with you. And you are most welcome. I do not hesitate in answering your queries. Either you, if you are having any difficulty, you can send a WhatsApp message. Through that, I will clarify your doubts. Or directly you can talk to me. So WhatsApp message anytime you can forward. And if you are having any difficulty in following or in understanding any sentence, evening 5 o'clock every day, evening 5 to 6 p.m., I'm open. I will be available to you. And make a call to me. Don't hesitate. After all, you are a student. You are having every right to get clarification of doubts. I am very happy if you call on me and for any doubts, I will clarify your doubt. Don't worry about it. You make an exercise first. First, you try to understand. Try to understand your own. Use your brain. Use your mind and try to understand it. Even then, if you are not able to follow, you are most welcome at about after 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. in between 5 to 6 p.m. In the evening. Make a call to me. Sir, I am not able to follow what is a promise for consideration, something like that. I'll be very happy. Or you give SMS message. I'll give you the say for answer for that if you are not able to follow. Don't worry. Even if you do not follow, yeah, I'm open. I'll be explaining to you. You understand, try to send a message to me. I'll tell in a very simple words. I will give the meaning. Or you can make a call to me. I'll give you the answer, whatever doubts you are having. Don't hesitate. I'll be more happy if you raise the doubts. If you don't raise the doubts, I think that you have followed. That's the. But I am sure that you are all small kids. Hardly are having 17 or 18 years old. Very difficult to follow. I can understand the difficulty, but there is no other way. You have to follow, and you have to put a struggle. You have to understand the sentences. If you understand, you can enjoy the subject. I am telling you. Say today, you see, you came to know what is agreement, what is contract, Indian Contract Act, what is section, what are subsections. So many things you have come to know. What is, see, just now you came to know what is a promise, what is consideration, what is agreement, what is contract, what is a section, what is Indian Contract Act 1872. So many things you have, just in the one paragraph you came to know many things. What is making an offer? What is acceptance? I told you, somebody has to make an offer, somebody has to accept. Then it will become a promise. Once a person makes a promise or a set of promises for consideration, for benefit for each other, that is agreement. If an agreement is enforceable by law, meaning of enforceability, I told you. So many words you have come to know. Enforceability, you came to understand what is enforceability, what is a contract, what is agreement, what is a promise, what is consideration, what is offer, what is acceptance. So many things we have discussed. What is a section, what is Indian Contract Act, so many things. In one paragraph, I told you several things to you. Okay, that is how you have to catch hold of the point. Okay, now the Indian Contract Act has given some essentials of valid contract. So if a contract satisfies, there are some 12 points are there. If all those 12 points are satisfied in an agreement, or if an agreement satisfies all these 12 points, then only that agreement will become a contract. Otherwise, that agreement will remain as an agreement. Means parties cannot go to court of law. Even if they go to court of law, they don't get any benefit. So what is the point we are going to study? What is a contract? What are the essentials of valid contract? This is a must essay question. What is a contract? What you have to write to contract means an agreement enforceable by law under section 2 subsection H. Question will come in the examination. What is a contract? What are the essentials of valid contract? Then some 11, 12 points are there. All these 12 points you have to explain. So if all these 12 points are there in an agreement, that agreement will become a contract. Try to understand. So first point is offer. So the agreement a contract starts with offer. Somebody should come forward to do something. Suppose you enter into a shop and you are very happy with a particular furniture, then you will give an offer to the shopkeeper. Sir, I am ready to purchase this furniture. You are giving an offer. Suppose someone of you have entered into a textile shop and you are purchasing some textiles, some sarees, some dress material, or some shirts, or some trousers, etc. And you say, sir, I am ready to purchase this saree, I am ready to purchase this trouser, I am ready to purchase this particular shirt piece. You have entered into a furniture shop, I am ready to purchase this furniture. You have entered into some other shop to purchase. Then you are giving an offer. It may be vice versa. Sometimes the shopkeeper may give the offer. Who is giving an offer? Sometimes you are giving an offer, sometimes the shopkeeper will give an offer. So first there should be offer. If somebody gives an offer, then only you can accept it. Otherwise, if there is no offer, how can you accept it? Suppose I say that I am ready to purchase this furniture, then for 40,000 rupees. Then shopkeeper says that yes sir, I am ready to sell. Then offer is there, acceptance is there. Suppose if I don't say, how the shopkeeper say I am accepting to sell, how can say? Otherwise, the shopkeeper should give an offer. Sir, I am ready to sell this furniture for 40,000. Then the shopkeeper is giving an offer. Then I have to give acceptance. So in a contract, first there should be offer. Once offer is given, it can be accepted by some other second party. Offer should be there, acceptance should be there. First offer followed by acceptance. Then third point is intention to create legal relationship. Very, very important point. With this point, I will stop today. I will continue the next class. After explaining this point, I will stop my explanation. Try to understand very clearly. In the third point, what I told you, intention to create legal relationship. So if at all this essential element is satisfied, then only contract is valid. What is this legal relationship? You try to understand. In the process of living in the society, people will have different types of relationships. But all relationships will not be treated as a legal relationships. So you have to understand what is a legal relationship, what is social relationship, for want of understanding this particular point. For example, on 25th of this month, your birthday party is there. Follow this example. On 25th April, your birthday is there. Okay? Now, this time you wanted to celebrate your birthday in a grand way. You have invited all your classmates. Are Baba, on 25th my birthday is there. All of you come. You are there at you are put up at say for Kukatpalli. And all your friends they have with all big paraphernalia by engaging certain caps, tracksuits, etc. All of them have come to your house to attend the dinner party. But you have cut a sorry figure. Are Baba, sorry, I cannot say for provide a dinner. Today I have cancelled the party. Please go away. Okay? Now some of your friends got angry. Immediately they will collect some money from other friends. They will go to a lawyer. They will file a case on you. What is the case? Sir, this fellow has invited all of us to a dinner by spending a lot of money. We have gone to his house, but this fellow has not provided the dinner, sir. I'll take action on him. But the court said that, sorry, Baba, we can't take any action, though agreement is there between you. This agreement is not creating legal relationship. In the process of living in the society, we have to have friends, relations, etc. Somebody has offered to provide a dinner. What is there? It is not a legal relation, it is only social relationship. After all, we are social beings, we are living in the society. So the law has clearly demarcated the social relationship and the legal relationship. Social relationships will not create contracts. Simple. For example, your father made a promise to you that in case in the first semester of BCom first year, if you get more than 90% percentile, he will provide a motorcycle. You have got 90%, more than 90%. You went to your father and asked him to provide a motorcycle. He has cut a sorry, no Baba, ab money mera paas paise nahi hai, I can't provide. You got angry and you have filed a case on your father. Just I'm giving an example. You are all good boys and girls. You don't do like that. Just I'm giving an example to you. But you don't win the case. Court will not entertain that case. Court says, Baba, what is the social relation? Father and parents and children, wife and husband, friends and friends. These are all social relations. They will not create contracts. So in order to explain that particular point, I have mentioned in the bracket one case, Balfour versus Balfour. So you try to understand what is a case. If I put a case on you, we are the two parties. I am called petitioner. I filed a petition on you. You are called respondent. If a case is filed on you, you have to give response to that. So in every case, there will be two parties. One party will file a case on the other party. The party who is filing a case is called petitioner. The other party is called.
So you muted your call.
One party, one Balfour is husband, one Balfour is wife. So it is very common in all over the world, and fortunately or unfortunately, in South India only, we are identified with our names. I am Amaresh Rao, you are Sarada, and he is Mr. Samuel. But in most part of the world, people are identified with their surnames only. Don't confuse. Here, one Balfour is wife, one Balfour is husband. Why we are mentioning this particular case, Balfour versus Balfour? First time in England, the judge has given the judgment showing the difference between legal relation and social relation. So in this case, what happened? One husband got transferred to some other place, and the husband made a promise that he would give some money towards the house maintenance every month. He said he would send some money to his wife. After having gone, after 1 or 2 months, he has sent, but afterwards he stopped sending the money. Wife got angry. She has filed a case on her husband, saying that, sir, my husband made a promise that he would pay some money every month towards the expenditure, but after paying 2 or 3 months, he has stopped paying it. Ask take action on him. But the court said that, sorry, you are husband and wife. It is only social relationship. It is not a legal relationship. Husband will be making many promises. If he cannot keep up those promises, if every wife starts knocking the doors of the courts can't entertain all the lakhs of cases. Not possible. Social relationship between parents and children, brothers and sisters, mother and children, like these are all social relationships. They will not create any contracts. So courts made it very clear. Suppose I made a promise to my wife that I will provide a beautiful silk saree on her birthday. I have failed. If my wife files a case, how the court can entertain? In the process of living together, husband makes many promises. Wife makes many promises. For each and every promise, we can't go to court of law. Therefore, first time in the world, the British court has identified this particular point in the Balfour versus Balfour case. The late judge has shown the difference between social relationship and legal relationship. The relationship between husband and wife is a social relationship. Social relationships will not create any contracts. He made it very clear. Therefore, what is the question we are studying? What are the essentials of a contract? One of the essentials of contract is, third point is, intention to create legal relationship. If both the parties are entering into a contract to have legal relationship, if they are entering into an agreement to have legal relationship, then only that agreement will become a contract. I said I would supply raw material, you have agreed to purchase. I said I would sell the furniture, you have agreed to purchase the furniture. I said I would sell the house, you have agreed to purchase. These are all legal relationships. Selling, agreement to sell the furniture, agreement to sell the house, agreement to sell.
So you muted
Sir?
your mic, sir, again.
Such agreements will become a contract, sir. Whereas a parent make a promise to their children to provide a motorcycle, friends inviting a dinner party, husband make a promise to wife. These are all, those agreements are there. But these agreements are not creating any legal relationship. Therefore, they create only social relationship. But what is the essential points of a contract? An agreement will become a contract provided if there is intention to create legal relationship. If the intention is only social relationship, no, it will not become a contract. Got the point? What is the question we are studying? Define a contract. What are the essentials of valid contract? Contract definition already I gave to you. When we talk about essentials, first there should be offer. Second point, there should be agreement, acceptance. Third point is there shall be intention to create legal relationship. If the intention is not to create legal relationship, that agreement will not become a contract. Simple. Father make a promise to his son, legal relationship. It will not create legal relationship. So that agreement will not become a contract. Husband make a promise to wife. It is social relationship. It will not become a contract. I have agreed to supply furniture. You agreed to purchase. Social legal relation. It will create a contract. I am a businessman. I have agreed to supply raw material. You have agreed to purchase. It creates a legal relationship. Then these are all called contracts. If at all legal relationship is there between the two parties, that those agreements will become contracts. If a social relationship is there, those agreements will not become contracts. Simple. So here I am stopping today, and I think so most of you are following my lecture. Difficulty, don't worry about it, and you are most welcome. Evening 5 o'clock, I will be waiting for.
Sir, you're muted. Sir, you're
Sir,
muting
unmute.
yourself.
Unmute, sir.
Okay. So here, if you are having any, you send a message to me, and I will give the answer in a simple words, or directly make a call 5 to 6 p.m. I will be very happy. Don't hesitate. You are all like my children. If you are having any difficulty, you please speak to me. I am here to clarify your doubts. I'll be more happy if you raise the doubts. And don't have any hesitation. And a very difficult language will be there. Try to put some mind. 3 4 times you read, recollecting my examples, and you tune your mind to follow the subject of how I am explaining. So gradually you will be understanding. And even if you don't be afraid, so you are having a discuss among yourself with your friends. Even then also, if you are not able to follow, you are most welcome. Evening 5 o'clock, you can make a call to me. Definitely, I'll answer your call, or put a message, WhatsApp message. And if you are not able, simple words, I will give the answer. But don't leave anything without understanding it. Once you understand it, very easy. So I am giving from standard information to you. You can follow either Himalaya publications or say for Kalyani publications. Anything you can follow, because nobody can change the law. Choice is yours. Any book you can follow. But I will be strictly going according to the syllabus. It's like a law is like a ocean. I will be going strictly according to the syllabus, and see that the points what I am explaining are covered in the questions or answer while presenting the answer. Okay. With this, I am concluding today. I request some class representatives or important students who are taking lead in the class to kindly forward the attendance. That's very important for me. So every day, make it a point to forward the attendance to me, and so that it will be helpful to me. And okay, today with this, I am concluding today, and this question will be continued in the next class. So in the next class, first question we are going to complete. The question is again repeating today. What is the question we have studied? Define a contract. What are the essentials of valid contract? Okay. So this will be completed in the next class. Okay. Thank you for your patient hearing, and take be in touch with me to get the doubts clarified. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Right.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. You are all welcome. Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right.
Sir, attendance, sir.
Leave the class immediately, all of you.
Okay, sir.
ఇల్లు కాదు
Sir.
చెప్పు చైతు
Sir. Open, sir.
వాయిస్ వినపడతలేదు. Leave the class immediately, all of you.
నెక్స్ట్ ఏ క్లాస్ సార్ ఎవరికి ఉంది ఇప్పుడు?
పూజిత మీ ఎలా
నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు
సార్
బ్రేక్
మీరు
సార్.
మా క్లాసెస్ చెప్పరా?
నేనా?
అవును సార్,
ఇప్పుడు
కంప్యూటర్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ.
ఇప్పుడు ఏం లేక
ఏ సెక్షన్స్ కి చెప్తారు సార్ చెప్తే?
ఎవరికి చెప్పా నేను ఇప్పుడు?
సార్
ఎవరికి చెప్పా?
జనరల్ గా సార్.
సెట్ ప్రజెంట్ చేసినావా?
వేసిన అయిపోయింది. ఏ సెక్షన్ అటెండెన్స్ అయిపోయింది ఆల్రెడీ.
బాయ్ సార్.